Eric Stafford. This is Margie Mansure, and she is an extension agent and a registered dietitian and soon to be chef. And we're working.
Chef.
Yeah, she's a great chef. So we're working on something a little different for me.
Well, you can tell it's peach season, fruit production season, and a lot of the trees are full of fruit right now. So I thought we could show folks how to can some fruit. And there was a produce stand. A fellow went down to Georgia, or I think he went to South Carolina, picked up some peaches. So I got a half bushel of peaches.
Ooh.
And so there's no way that you can eat all those at one time. So I thought canning them's a great way to make them last throughout the winter. Honestly.
Yeah, and have them throughout the year. Now, how hard is this really? I mean, can the average person do this, or is this like, is this up there in advanced levels? Because this is something I don't know if I would attempt without you around.
Well, it's really quite simple. You know, people have done it for years and years, and it just takes some time.
Okay.
And some labor.
Okay.
And the more the merrier. So.
Okay. Well, I'm just, I'm just asking because this is above my level.
Well, awesome. So you'll learn something today.
Yeah.
Okay, so pretty much fruits are very similar. They can all be canned in a boiling water bath because they're a high acid food.
Okay, so they have the acid.
They do. They already have acid in them.
Okay.
Whereas like green beans or carrots or vegetables, meats, you have to use a pressure canner.
Yeah.
So this is nice. We can just use our boiling water bath.
Oh, okay.
And this is it can be any vessel that will hold water, enough water to cover your jars by an inch, and then room for it to boil, the water to boil. And it has to have a rack on the bottom.
Oh,
and
okay.
a lid. So, but they have them available at most stores.
Wow, most general stores you go to have them out this time of year, and they have all the canning jars and the little canners and
the big box stores
yeah,
have them as well.
Well, even the little places around here, they're used to that around here. So
yes,
Meemaw does that, so we got that.
But yeah, I mean, a lot of younger people are getting into it,
and they should. I mean, it's a great resource.
So what we're going to do is start with blanching our peaches.
Okay.
So I'm going to just put 3 in here at a time. And so I already have the water at a rolling boil.
Okay.
So this is just to help the skin come off.
Okay.
A little bit easier. Okay, so I'm going to leave those in just for a minute or so.
Okay.
And I already have some here that I put into an ice water bath. Okay. So the idea is it's easier to get the skin off after you've blanched it.
And peaches have fuzz. So do you have to worry about the fuzz?
It pretty much comes off with the skin.
Okay.
So if it were really a ripe peach, extremely ripe, it would come off much easier. This is just a medium ripe peach. So this is really the time process is when you have to peel that, and then you want to get that peach pit out, right?
Yeah, that thing's hard.
It is.
They're incredibly hard.
And sometimes it's harder to get them out than others.
And I hear some people call them stones, like a pit, a stone. I've heard them called stones.
We call it stone fruits, right?
Stone fruits, I guess, yeah.
So then after you get that out, just slicing them however you like. And some people might want to keep them. Well, I'm going to keep my compost separate because I think those peach pits are pretty hard to compost.
They are. We were warned about that by Miss Campbell at the last extension thing where we were learning about composting. She told us that if you have a really hard seed, it'll take forever.
Yes, and you get your compost out, and there it is.
There it is,
and
still there.
And you put it in your garden, and there it is in your garden again.
And then I wonder if a peach tree comes up.
So
that would be cool.
That would be cool.
It would be cool. I threw out some popcorn one time and corn started growing out of the ground. So
That is very cool.
that was pretty cool.
But popcorn, yeah, it's a totally different type of corn than the sweet corn or the corn that we grow for cattle. So, so yeah. But the peaches like a warmer climate than the mountains, although they will grow in the mountains, some varieties of them will. I think they will grow fine here in Caldwell County. Wilkes County has an orchard, and they bring their peaches up to the Watauga Farmers Market on Saturdays.
So I always thought maybe it had to grow in like a sandy area because you seem to see them more in South Carolina or at the beach and that kind of stuff. And I just thought maybe warmer climate or.
I think it just has to do with the warmth. You're right. So this solution that I'm putting these in,
which that looks gorgeous right there. I mean, it does look.
So pretty.
Hand me a spoon, man. Give me a spoon.
Nothing like a good fresh peach, that's for
That's
sure.
for sure.
They're nice canned in the winter.
Yeah.
I mean, they'd be better, you would enjoy them if you could just get that fresh peach, but that ain't gonna happen.
Now this in this bowl, they're just in water.
No, I put actually white grape and peach juice.
Ooh.
Yeah, I saw that. I thought that's perfect. And then I just added some of this fresh fruit protector.
Uh-huh.
And basically what that is vitamin C, ascorbic acid.
Wow.
So,
Well, only you would know that.
Well, it protects it keeps it from browning.
Yeah.
Let me grab these out of here. Ooh. Okay,
Hot peach.
So I did have ice in that water, but it's kind of melted.
It's kind of gone now. Cool water.
Okay, so we'll just let those sit there while I finish this one.
Yeah,
Wrap
'cause it'll-
down.
How long do you think they take to cool?
Well, if it's really icy water, it doesn't take very long, just a minute.
Oh, okay.
to where
Because you
can
got to
touch
handle it. You know, you don't want to burn your
Exactly.
hand.
Exactly. So, after we get these, our next step will be to fill up our jars.
Okay.
So if you want to do that,
Oh, okay.
we can pull one of these jars out.
Okay.
So here's my boiling water bath. I have the rack there. I have these jars already in here, so they're,
And be
They're
careful
nice
when you
and
do
warm.
that because that's boiling water. Yeah.
well, it's kind of simmering, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
But,
so I'm gonna set that jar, we'll just do one at a time.
okay.
And then you can, we have this as our funnel,
Mm-hmm.
and then we can just use our
Ladle.
little ladle and just put those in there. That makes
Okay.
it so much easier. Okay?
I'm gonna watch you fill this up because is this
Yeah.
like you got to get the liquid to a certain level and all that goodness?
Right, it needs a ½ inch of headspace.
Okay.
So let's see how that looks. Kind of pack that in there. Yeah, so pack it in. Actually, I have some more juice here if I need it, but I don't know if I'm gonna need it.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Juice there, that's good. All right, so that's about a ½ inch, I would say.
Okay.
Right there, a little bit above that rim there.
Okay.
Or that ring. So then we take a clean cloth.
Okay.
We're going to dry that. 'Cause we want it to seal, right?
Okay.
Make sure that it's all covered with the juice. And so I've already washed these lids. So I'm just going to put that lid on there. And then I have
One ring to rule them
one
all.
ring, and I just do this to where it's like finger tight. You don't want it to be extremely tight.
Okay.
And that's pretty much it. I'm going to put that in my simmering water just for it to sit. So that looks pretty nice,
That
doesn't it?
does look nice.
So put that here, and then I can get my next one and for you to fill.
Okay. But
You gotta, like you said, you be careful with that water.
yeah, I just hate for somebody at home to get hurt.
Yeah, I hate for you to get hurt too.
Well,
All
I'm
right,
a bigger
so
chicken than most people, so I'd be all right.
All right, also, you can use this to get the
Oh, yeah.
bubbles out, and I forgot to do that. So,
Oh, okay.
but I don't know, that one didn't look like it had too many bubbles.
Okay.
So I'll just be like a little cinnamon right here.
God, they smell so good.
They do smell good.
They smell super peachy.
So the thing about the boiling water bath, it will kill the spoilage microorganisms like
Yeah.
the molds and the yeasts.
Yeah, we want that gone.
And we do, and so you can keep your shelves in a cool spot, you know, just room temperature
Yeah.
for a year. So that's
Great.
really a long time.
And so you're sitting at home in the middle of the winter time, and you have like a nice, probably fall time, and you might have you a nice warm apple pie, or you might have some ice cream, or something like that, and add a little peach to it.
Absolutely.
Good times. Or make a peach cobbler, I guess.
Pop open the
Make
peaches
your
and
own.
eat them just as is. Even.
Now, see, I went the too much. So
Oh well, you can just take those out then. You got carried away.
yeah, I told you I'd mess this up. I'll mess this up.
You can
I'm
fix
trying
that.
not to touch. I'm trying to be a good boy.
You washed your hands. That's
I
really
wash my
important.
hands, but I'm like, I'm just worried about microbials and that stuff. That sounded official, didn't it? Microbials,
Microbes.
microbials.
So you really, with the boiling water bath, you have to pay attention to the altitude where you are. You have to know what it is. Because the higher your altitude, the longer you have to process the fruit.
Yeah. Is that pretty good?
That looks
Or
pretty
do
good.
we need more liquid?
Well, let's put one more. Let's see what happens. There.
Well, you're the,
See? Yeah, I think
you're the
that's-
doctor of this. I have no
That's
idea.
that is perfect.
That's perfect. And I'm going to dry my lid,
Right, you're gonna dry the top.
dry my
rim.
top, rim, make sure it's all spiffy clean.
Yes.
And then we'll get one of our little lids, place, and we will finger tie the ring.
Yes. Oh, you're a quick learner.
Well,
Impressive.
it depends on who you ask. So do we need to
We'll use
Use
that.
jar gripper?
Yes.
We got the jar gripper. We're going with the jar.
Here
The
it
door is
comes.
ajar.
Got
So
it?
we got it. And we're going over here. And we're going to, oh, I want to see one vacancy. We're going with the vacancy.
Plenty of vacancies.
Plenty of vacancies. Now, can the crazy man get a jar out? We'll try to. Without burning himself,
spilling it on
damaging a
your
jar.
arm. I have faith.
I know Faith. You know Faith? Anyway. I had a exercise instructor last night tell me, watch out for that guy. He's the one with the dad jokes.
The dad jokes.
Yeah, too many dad jokes. So.
Oh, you're a cold way. The dad jokes.
The dad jokes.
So this one's riper, and you can see if they're too ripe, they just kind of
They kind of come apart. Yeah.
So I guess the thing is, you don't want it quite as ripe as it is when you like to bite into it and the juice goes all over.
Whoa, and that
Yeah.
pit's looking a little funky too.
That is a funky pit. Yeah. Cut that one out. Ew. But you want it, you don't want it rock hard either. So some of these from my bushel are pretty hard. So
Yeah, because you said these were relatively young peaches. They're not ripened.
yeah, they're not extremely ripe. So just kind of middle ripe.
Middle ripe.
Is what you want. So, a lot of fruits, they come all at once.
Yeah, it's like boom, and that's why you have preserving them and canning, because they came and it was, we gotta save this.
Right, if you have a nice fruit tree in your yard, that's the best way. That's the
Yeah.
best time to use your canning.
Now this other
skills.
bowl was the same. We're going with the same sort of thing.
It is. I just
Okay.
already got those processed. So
I just wanted to make sure we weren't waiting for a step or something.
so a lot of your fruits will turn brown
Uh-huh.
whenever they get into oxygen. So
Like when you're making a guacamole and you got to worry about the.
yeah, that's why you use lemon, right?
You use the lemon,
Because it's
yeah.
got the vitamin C, which is an antioxidant.
And sometimes you use lemon for apples, because apples will do that too.
They will.
If you set out a little lemon juice.
Right. So the ascorbic acid really doesn't have the flavor like that lemon. So if you prefer not having that lemon, that's when the ascorbic acid is good.
Oh, okay.
And you could, if you had some vitamin C pills at your house, you can even just crush those
Really?
up. And yeah, you don't have to buy anything special.
That's crazy.
And just use that. To me, it's pretty cool because you can actually visually see how it works. And you always, I know you've heard me say before, your antioxidants, you want to eat the antioxidants because they protect your cells.
That's right.
Well, you can see
I
how
need all
that
the
works.
cell help I can get.
Cell help or
Cell-
self-help?
Self-help, cell help.
whichever
Helps,
one,
helps for
right?
me cells.
Ah, boy, you got that one. You got this down
Yeah, see,
fast.
yeah. He's not the smartest man in the room, but he can do production.
That's the key. You got to have the line up.
Yeah.
A bunch of people doing your production.
Get doing production. I remember my mom and my grandma and aunts all getting together, and Lord, they'd get the canning going.
Right, then it makes a lot less work and everyone can share.
Everyone can share, get everybody's crops in together. We got beans, we got peaches, we got whatever. Everybody gets to work.
You know, I was talking to a person like you who's born and raised in the mountains, and it's just such a great tradition of preserving food. I mean, I guess it happened because there wasn't a lot of transportation at one time, and you had to survive.
Well, and it's like, I think for our experience, it was like you said, the crop come in all at one time. And so you had this huge crop, and it was like, get all the folks together, had the kids picking. I mean, we were picking, crops. They had us out in the fields, and the guys, and picking, and then you go in the kitchen, and then all the ladies were like, y'all aren't smart enough to do this, get out of here. And so they'd throw us out of the kitchen.
Hey, I take any help I can get.
I know, they
Imagine a kid
get that trifling boy out of here. Get that trifling little boy out of here. He ain't doing nothing but causing trouble. Give him some corn to shuck. That's what they used to do. Give me corn to shuck. But see, we lived in the city, so like we had family that lived out in Happy Valley and had farms, and so you would just you'd help them out. It's like help them out, help you out.
Well, I think just for food security reasons, it's smart to do this. I think we're good right now, but it's interesting. There's really some issues out west where most of our food is grown with water. And I've definitely thought of that. I thought, man, I'm so glad that I have these skills. I don't have a fruit tree though.
So
That would help.
when you don't have any food, we're going to Margie's house. Because I'll be right there too. Knocking on the door.
I said I had the skills. I didn't have a full shelf of
Oh, okay,
food,
okay.
but I do know how to do the canning, and I think that's really important.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's a handy thing. And I remember my grandpa or grandma saying, go down to the cellar and get me some of them peaches. Bring me a can of peaches.
Were.
Yeah, there they were. Bring me a can of peaches, and then they'd talk about how great they were, whoever had made them, That Marie can can her some peaches. you know,
Well,
that
you
would
can
take.
can them, some people like them really sweet, so there are various levels of syrup you can make to put on them, but, you know, of course, I got the juice without the added sugar.
Yeah, but that's okay.
But also has an additional, it has more vitamin C, the juice does.
Now,
So-
will it ferment a little bit and have like, will it get like more? Will it get sweeter over time? Will it?
It will get a little bit sweeter, just like a pickle.
Yeah.
It gets, you have to wait a little while for a pickle to be ready because it becomes more vinegary.
Oh yeah.
So it's the same way. It's going to absorb some of my peach grape juice that
Okay.
I got. So
But I think that's a smart idea because it is the natural fruit juice and it's not, no sugar added, and why go that way if you don't have to?
exactly, we get enough sugar as it is, right?
Yeah, I'm sweet enough.
You don't need
That's what my
any
doctor
sweetener.
says anyway.
Oh no, I don't know if it's
Sweet enough.
good when your doctor says it.
Yeah, I know. His favorite thing to say is, if it tastes good, spit it out.
Oh, now I hate that saying. That's my goal, is for people not to think that.
He's just trying to help me.
Trying to help you. But you can really, you know, as you and I have shown, that you can really cook up some really things that are really good for your body,
Yeah.
that taste great. So you just have to develop those skills.
I'm still working on it. I'm still working on it.
It's a work in progress.
It's a work in progress. It always is.
So with our boiling water bath, if we were up in the mountains, we would have to process our pints for 35 minutes.
So
But since we're here, it's let's see, we're 1,000 to 3,000 altitude. We can process our pints for 30 minutes.
Oh, okay.
So really, really important to look at the charts with that. It's also important to follow a approved recipe, one that's been tested. So the National Center for Home Food Preservation, they have the tested recipes that I like to use. It's actually the only thing I can use in my job.
Well, okay, so that's a good point. If you are sitting at home and you're watching this and you want to can or you want to learn something, go to that website and we'll put the addresses down at the bottom of the screen. And you can go there and learn more
Yes.
for free. I mean, you don't have to, you can, you know, and you can always go to the library and check out what the library has and for free.
Well, the ones that are approved, some of the ball books are, and some of them aren't. Some
Oh, really?
of the recent ones aren't. They haven't all been tested. They used to always be tested, but yes, our food safety specialist kind of keeps us updated on this.
Yeah.
So we pretty much go with that resource. But every fruit has a little bit different time you're supposed to process it.
Okay. And with the altitude, it's different as well. So
Exactly,
like you said.
so it's really important to at least look at that for that reason. And there's also a book called So Easy to Preserve. That's,
That's a good title.
yeah, it's not really that easy, but it's not hard.
It's pretty easy.
I mean,
some of
it's easy, it just takes time,
It
basically.
does take time.
Oh, that pit just came right out, that was nice. But you can order that, it's called So Easy to Preserve.
Okay.
And get that sent to you. That's out of the University of Georgia, where they have the test kitchen where they test the recipes, make sure that they're going to keep you safe from botulism, because that's the organism of concern whenever you're doing home canning. So very important.
It's good to have dinner guests, but you don't want to invite over Sam and Ella. Another dad joke.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, botulism is even worse because if you get a little bit of that, it can paralyze you.
Fun.
So is that our last one here?
This is the
last one.
the
All right.
final jar.
Okay, so if you'll need this one or not.
No,
You might
probably
be
not.
good. All right.
You should be peachy.
So our water bath will hold 7 to 8 jars. So let's see, am I gonna, oh, it looks like the water level is perfect on this.
Okay. I did that.
It needed to be at least 1 inch over the top of the jars.
Oh, okay.
And it is.
Okay.
More doesn't hurt. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn this to high
Okay.
because it will have to get to a rolling boil before we can start our time.
Okay.
Did I say 30 minutes? Yes.
Yes.
Be 30 minutes.
30 minutes. That's kind of quick in canning terms. Is fruit quicker?
It is quicker than the
Because it's softer?
vegetables.
Is it because of the
It's
soft?
because of the acid.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, or like meat in a pressure canner, you have to do, what, 75 minutes or something?
Yeah,
It's
when
a
we
lot.
did the deer meat, it was a while.
It was a
was a
long
while.
time. All right, so that's just going to sit there. I will go ahead and put the lid on this because that'll help it
Okay.
to start boiling.
All right.
Okay, so our 30 minutes is up.
All right.
So I turned the heat off of the boiling water bath.
Okay.
It's still bubbling a little bit.
Yeah, just a little.
So I could just lift all this up, but I think I'm just going to do one at a time.
Okay.
It's pretty heavy.
Oh, look.
Wow. That it did kind of cook down a little bit.
Yeah.
So what we want to do is put them on a towel, and we don't want to disturb them for at least 8 hours.
Okay.
Because we want them to maintain their seal. So as they cool, the jars are going to seal, and we'll hear them pop.
Yeah, they'll pop.
I always enjoy hearing that.
Yeah.
I feel like something's really happening.
Do you count the pops, or do you sit and worry and go, oh, wait a minute, I didn't hear that one pop?
Well, after 4 or 8 hours, after they're cool, you can go and just touch the top of it, and it should be slightly concave down.
Oh, okay.
And then you know that it has sealed.
Okay.
And you shouldn't be able to, if you push it, you shouldn't be able to hear anything because it's just going to be sealed down. It's not going to make any noise. So those look really good.
They do look good.
So they did shrink up a little bit. Another method we could have done is we could have cooked them down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be called the hot pack method. And that keeps them from shrinking down some.
Oh, okay.
But I'm not going to enter these into the fair, so I'm good with this. And like I said, you can date them.
Yeah.
Just put the date on there. I can tell those are peaches, but if you're going to can something that looks similar, maybe you had an apricot tree or plum tree or something like
Or
that.
apples, I guess.
Even apples. If you're canning a bunch of stuff, it might be a good idea to write what they are.
Yeah.
And then you can take off the twist.
The ring?
The ring, thank you. You can take those off if you want after they've sealed.
Yeah, okay.
And use them wherever you need to.
Oh, okay.
And that they really don't serve a purpose because it's already will be sealed.
Yeah. Now, how long will the peaches have a shelf life?
For about a year.
Oh, okay.
It is said that they'll still be safe to eat after that, but the quality starts to go down.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
So yeah, if you think you're gonna can more than a year's worth, just not a good idea. The quality won't be good. Just can a year's worth.
Okay. Well, all right. I mean, you teach me something every time, and this is really great. So I've never canned fruit before, so it's new to me.
Awesome. So now we just need to go plant some fruit trees.
That's it. Yeah.
And if you
I might
already
take
have
a
one-
longer segment.
True. They can take a while
That can take a while.
to produce fruit, but yeah, if you already have then that's good for you.
Okay. Well, thank you, Margie, so much.
Well, you're welcome, and thanks so much for helping out, and I hope you try the recipe.
Okay.